Hello everyone, welcome back. We are together for 20 minutes of body weight strength. We're going to be doing about 30 seconds of work, followed by 10 seconds of transition or rest time, however you take it. This is a beginner's workout, so feel free to go at a pace that feels appropriate for you. There's no set number of reps, it's just for time, so you're going to do the best you can. There's no equipment necessary. All you need is a little bit of space to move around in. You can have a mat, your carpet, whatever feels best for you. And let's get started with a warm-up. We have about a 3-minute warm-up, and we're going to start by pulling our knee to our chest. This might be a little balance challenge for some of you. Proud of you for showing up. It's really hard to force yourself to move. Even as a practitioner, let's go heel to hip. I literally work out for a living, and there's still some days that are really hard to motivate. Now, if you cannot do heel to hip, you can always cross one over and take a little sit back. Your best version of that, totally fine. Beautiful. Now we're gonna bring our straight leg up in front. So I'm not kicking, I'm lifting. Beautiful. Just allowing my hamstring to open up a little bit, but I'm not overexerting. Beautiful. Go ahead and roll those shoulders back. Thinking about breathing as you do it. It's okay if you have one shoulder and we'll switch the direction that feels a little more stuck than the other. It's not uncommon. Good. Go ahead and side to side with your head. Like I can feel I'm definitely tighter on this side. I have a trap on the right side that gets a little irritated. All right, we're gonna take it to a squat. And in an ideal world, we're not squatting with our hands out in front unless otherwise told to do it, advised to do it. We really want to sit back into our heels. Make sure that the booty is going back. Beautiful. Keeping our abs slightly engaged. Go ahead and on your next one, stand up, spread your feet apart, and we're just going to shift side to side, getting into both the lateral glute and the inner thighs. Warming up a little bit. Make sure you're breathing. All too often, clients hold their breath. I don't know how they do it, but they do. Beautiful. Good. Stand up in the center. Give yourself a big squeeze. Open your arms other side. Big squeeze. Beautiful. And shake it out. We are going to start with our first 30 seconds of work. We are going to start with regular squats. Same thing that we just did. Here we go. 30 seconds of work. Body weight strength. Doesn't matter where you start, as long as you start. And even I have people who are advanced and they have days they don't want to work out. This is a great workout for that. Once you get moving, it gets easier. Beautiful. You're gonna have 10 seconds, and in those 10 seconds, I want you to take it down to the mat. 2, 1, you have 10 seconds to get down to the floor. And we're gonna go to a bent arm plank position. Because this is a beginner's class, we're gonna do it from our forearms and our knees. Let's go. Pulling that belly button to spine. Now, if you're more advanced and you're maybe just taking this beginner class because you didn't feel like working out and something is better than nothing and you feel like you want to challenge yourself, or maybe you've been taking beginner's classes for a while and this feels a little too easy, you can go to the toes. We have 6 more seconds. 2, 1, beautiful. Take it up as we are gonna go to push-ups next. If push-ups on your knees on the ground is too challenging, you can take it to an elevated surface. 2, 1, let's go. Slightly wider. Elbows are gonna go not straight out to the sides, but back a little bit. More think a 45-degree angle. Belly button is pulled in. Awesome, keep going. You have 11 more seconds. Then we got 10 seconds to stand up. 2, 1. How we feeling? Good, we're back to our squats. We squat in 3, in 2, in 1, let's go. Beautiful. We're always using our core. All right. You can have a strong core and not have a six-pack. As a matter of fact, you never need a six-pack. Most six-packs don't actually demonstrate a strong core, oddly enough. Beautiful. You have 8 more seconds. Use that core. Keep your chest from tipping forward. 2, 1. Take it down for that plank. Now maybe that was too easy on your knees. Maybe you need to go to your toes. Maybe it was too hard even on your knees and your elbows. Take it to an elevated surface. 2, 1, let's go. Elbows under the shoulders. Belly button pulled to the spine. Beautiful. Imagine that I just poked you in the stomach. So you're not bracing really hard with the abs, but you are pulling them ever so slightly up. In and up. Breathing for 7 more seconds. Create space between the shoulder blades. 2, 1, beautiful. We've got those 10 seconds to get ourselves ready for our push-up. For 2, 1, let's go. Every time I push up, I breathe out. I've been a trainer now for, I think, 21 or 22 years, almost 22 years. And the one thing out of all of the types of exercise I'm certified in, the thousands of clients I've worked with, that I preach is consistency. 3, 2, 1. Beautiful, stand it up. This time we're gonna narrow that squat. We're gonna take our feet 1 to 2 inches apart. 2, 1, let's go. Still a squat. We've just changed the muscles ever so slightly and how they're gonna have to work because our base of support has gotten smaller. Good. So I preach consistency. Showing up day in and day out for yourself. Not just for your fitness, but for your mental health, right? Exercise helps with anxiety and stress. 2, 1, let's take it down. All right, we're going on our stomach this time. Arms are gonna be in a cactus position. We're gonna raise just the upper body. 2, 1, engage abs, glutes, lower body, lower back. Lower body stays on the ground. As we pull in and up with the abs, we raise the chest up, cactus arms. This is an upper body super person, formerly called Superman's. Good. 5 more seconds. 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. All I want you to do is flip over. Flip over, bring your knees into tabletop. We're gonna drop one heel down, let's go. And then the other one. Try to maintain a connection with the floor and your low back. If I'm moving too quickly for you, do you. Honestly, it's you against you. It always has been, it always will be. So you give your best version for where you're at today. Don't worry about keeping up with me. Every time you pull a leg up, try to pull from those low abs. And if you're feeling strain in your low back, don't lower your legs so far. Good, we have 3, 2, 1, beautiful. All right, we're back up. Narrow squats. 2, 1, let's go. I know, that time felt like it went by so fast, right? The transition, it gets us every time. Narrow squats, 1 to 2 inches apart. Make sure the knees are tracking forward over the toes. Keep going. You have 6 seconds. You're back down for those upper body super people. Good, take it down. Upper body super people. Here we go. 2, 1, leave the legs on the ground, engage abs, glutes, low back. Arms are in cactus position. Strengthening the low back. Keep going for 8 more seconds. You've got it. 2, 1. Flipping it over. Single leg heel taps. 2, 1. Let's go. Pull from those low abs. We've only got 20 minutes together with our strength. So we're really trying to target all the different muscle groups. Good, 11 more seconds. Keep pushing. 3, 2, 1. Good. Coming back up to standing. I know it's impossible. How could there be more squat variations? But there are. We're going to go to a sumo. Nice wide legs. Let's go. Booty still slides back. This one is targeting more of the inner thighs. So make sure those knees are tracking out. They're not dipping in. You can even put your hands there and give a slight push out. I always tell people to imagine I'm right in front of them, forcing their knees to track out towards their toes. 3, 2, 1. Take it down onto all fours. We're gonna bird dog, which means we're gonna extend opposite arm and leg in 2, 1. Let's go. Beautiful. You have 11 seconds. 2, 1. Take it back on our back. We're gonna warm up the hamstrings a little bit with a bridge. This one is gonna be a wide bridge, so take it wider than your mat or your hips. Let's go, palms facing up. Squeeze the glutes. Barely tap the ground, right back up. We're not resting on the ground unless we need it. And I really want to think about kind of the bottom of the booty where the hamstrings and the glutes connect, right? I'm really sending a lot of force through my heels. I'm really squeezing right there. 3, 2, 1. We are back up for those sumos. Nice wide legs. 10 seconds is not a lot of time. Get there when you get there. Let's go. 30 seconds. I didn't give us a lot of rest today because I wanted us to keep our heart rates elevated. I wanted us to keep that warmth, that fire inside going. I didn't want you to feel like you were cooling down at any point in time. Good. 3, 2, 1. Take it down for that bird dog. My mat's getting a little crazy. Here we go. 2, 1, reach. This is about going long versus up. So there's a tendency to want to go up, kind of out of control. But instead I want you to think about how long can I go from the tip of my fingers to the tip of my toes. And really squeeze the glutes and the low back along the way. That hand that's not moving is really pressing into the ground. 2, 1, turn it over. Good job. You got this. 2, 1, let's bridge. The good news is if there's any one of these exercises you really don't like, we're done with it before you even realize. Beautiful. We're gonna stand back up, and this time we're gonna go to a plie squat. The plie squat, you may want, if balance is a little challenging for you, you may want a chair or something close by. 2, 1, bring it up. Plie squat. That means bring those heels together. 2, 1, let's go. Good. Still sitting our booty back. And if, like I said, if you need something to hold on to, totally fine. Good. Eight seconds here. We're gonna go to a side plank. 2, 1, side plank. Again, because this is a beginner class, I'm gonna show the modification. If you know you're ready for something more than the modification, you are welcome to take it. Let's go. We're just holding a side plank. Oftentimes we do fancy stuff with side planks. We reach, we drop a hip, we lift a leg. Not today. Today it's a solid side plank. Thinking about creating some space between your ribs and your hip, just a little bit. Don't overextend it, making sure that you're pressing through the elbow here. You're not sinking into the shoulder. 4, 3, 2, 1. Other side. 10 seconds to get there. Just so you know, regardless of how strong you are, let's go. There's always a time and a place for a modification. Maybe it's just that you're not feeling particularly strong on any given day, but you still want to move. Maybe you're recovering from an injury, recovering from an illness. There's always a time and place, and there is never any shame in taking a modification if it means you will have better form. Form trumps reps, it trumps time, under tension, it trumps everything. So really focus on your form. 2, 1, we stand back up for that plie squat. Heels together. 2, 1, let's go. This one, for whatever reason, I always feel like hands in front of me is a little better. If you want to bring them kind of into a prayer position, you can. Still sitting back into those heels, still keeping your chest up so you could see me at any point during that squat without yanking your head up. 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Side plank, taking it back down. We go in 3, 2, 1. Good. Breathe. 30 seconds per side. You want to know what? When we finish this 30 seconds per side, we're done. You made it to the end. 20 minutes came and went, and you crushed it. Good. Lift. You're not sagging, you're lifting, lifting, lifting. You're pushing through the shoulder. 2, 1, other side. Let's go. Right back to it. I actually started you 1 second early, sorry. So excited to be done. Beautiful. Good. I'm going to count down your last 10 seconds for you. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower it down. Come to a seated position for me. Whew. Take a big breath in. Fill up the lungs. Let it all out. One more time, big breath in. Let it all the way out. I am so proud of you for showing up for yourself, for completing this 20 minutes of body weight strength. If that wasn't enough for you, go take a walk today, right? I'm proud of you for wanting to do more, but be mindful. Make sure that we're not pushing ourselves so hard that we might injure ourselves. There's days that we work really, really hard, and there's days that we recover. Make sure that you're balancing it all out. Can't wait to see you. Until next time, follow me on Instagram at Alison Roessler Campbell. See you soon.